Hey, seventh graders. Hope you're having a good Friday today. We are going to do something a little different. I'm going to have a video for you guys with the notes that we normally would have taken in class today. So what I want you guys to do is go ahead and take notes just like you normally would. If you need to pause the video, you can, but just make sure you're jotting everything down. So we're going to start off with 1.1, which is order of operations. And what our objective is to use the rules that are necessary to solve a numerical expression, or actually simplify a numerical expression. So a numerical expression is made up of a bunch of numbers and operations. There's no x's, there's no variables in there. It's just simply numbers plus addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In order to get the correct answer, you have to follow a certain order, and that's what we call order of operations. So our order of operations always starts out with grouping symbols, so parentheses, brackets. Okay, the next is evaluating powers, or better known as exponents. The third step is to multiply and divide, and when you have multiplication and division in a problem, you're going to go from left to right in that order. And then the last is add and subtract in order from left to right as well. So we have a fancy acronym that we use. It's called PEMDAS, or PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That helps you remember the order of operations. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a few examples. And the first example is pretty simple. It's just a real short one. 3 plus 15 divided by 5. So the first thing we want to do in this problem is the 15 divided by 5. If we do 3 plus 15 first, it's not going to come out right. Okay, so 15 divided by 5 is 3. So you're going to drop everything down. See how you drop this original 3, you drop the plus sign, and then you drop what 15 divided by 5 is, which is 3, and you get 6. So it's as simple as that, straightforward. This next one is a little bit more complicated. It has, as you can see, several different numbers. We have 44 minus 14 divided by 2 times 4 plus 6. So the first thing, we have no parentheses, we have no exponents, but we do have multiplication and division. Remember the rule, though, it's left to right. So we're going to do 14 divided by 2 first. If you do 2 times 4, you're not going to end up with the right answer. Okay, so drop down what you're not using, 44, the minus sign, and then 14 divided by 2 is 7. Drop down the rest, times 4 plus 6. Okay, next thing we need to do is this multiplication right here, the 7 times 4, which is 28. So our next line is 44 minus 28 plus 6. Okay, now we're left with addition and subtraction, which is the last set in our rules. But again, we want to go left to right. You want to do 44 minus 28, which is 16, plus 6. Don't go the other way around. If you do, you're not going to end up with the right answer. So 16 plus 6 is 22. So I think I mentioned this, but just make sure when you're doing your homework and stuff, or like when we do this in class, you need to show all of these different lines. You don't want to skip around, because trust me, that's how mistakes end up happening. Okay, next example has an exponent in it. It's 3 plus 2 cubed times 5, and 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2. It does not mean 2 times 3, okay? We need to do our exponents first, okay? Remember, parentheses, we don't have any. Exponents, do that next. Here we go, exponents right here. So we have 3 plus 2 cubed times 5. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And we're going to drop that 8 down, drop down the 3 and the 5 and all the operational symbols. Okay, next we're going to do 8 times 5. Don't do the 3 plus 8 first. You'll get the wrong answer. So drop down your 3, drop down your plus sign, and then 8 times 5 is 40. And then finally our answer is 43. 3 plus 40 is 43. This next problem offers a couple more different rules that you need to follow. And the first thing that jumps out at me are these parentheses. Parentheses is our first part of this. So we want to do the 3 times 4 first because it's in parentheses. Drop everything else down, 42 minus, and then 12 divided by 6. Okay? It's very tempting to do this 42 minus 12 because you know that's an easy 30, right? But that's not the one you want to do next. The next operation you want to do is this 12 divided by 6. So drop down your 42 minus, and then 12 divided by 6 is 2. So 42 minus 2 is 40. Okay, now this one has everything in it. So this is a problem where there are parentheses, there's actually brackets, there's exponents, there's addition, subtraction, multiplication. The only thing that's not in here is division. So pretty much we're hitting everything in this particular problem. If you have parentheses inside of another set of grouping, you want to work from the inside out. So the first thing we're concerned about is the set of parentheses here, the 26 minus 4 times 5. Within those parentheses, you want to do the order of operation that should come first, which is multiplication. Again, be super careful. Drop everything down to the next line. And when you get that, you see you bring down the bracket, bring down the parentheses, bring down the 26, bring down the minus sign, and then simplify this 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, keep all that in parentheses because that's going to be important. Plus 6, close that bracket up, square it. So the next thing we want to do, we still want to work on this parentheses right here. 26 minus 20 is 6. Okay, so this turns into the 6 right here, and then we're dropping everything else down. So 6 plus 6 is 12. We're going to square 12, and we get 144. So that's order of operations in a nutshell. Hopefully you were able to answer the questions throughout the video. Go ahead and make sure you complete your homework assignment, which is on your Google Classroom where this video was as well. Okay, have a great Friday.